Welcome to another back of the net video. This is about mean, median, mode and range of a list of data. I won't read the question, but I'm just going to show you a technique we use to remember this as well. Rosie made a list of her test marks, and very often in these questions it will just be a list of numbers written out. They're going to ask for the mode, write down the mode, and notice it's right. That generally means it's a fairly straightforward, quick question. It's not work out the range of her marks. That will suggest there's a little bit more, and then work out her mean mark. So we've been asked there for three things. We've been asked for the mode. We've been asked for the range, which I'll write down here. We've been asked for the mean. And there is one that we've not been asked for this time, but we may well be asked for, which is the median. These three tell you where the average or middle or normal person is. We often think in English that the average is where we add them all up and divide by how many there are. In maths we call that the mean. It's a case where the maths vocabulary is different from the general uses in English. So we need to be really clear about this. The range tells us how spread out the data is. That's the thing about spread. We need to know how to calculate all these three. And nearly every student knows there are three. There's sometimes, though, a bit of an issue about identifying which one is which. So I just want to show you a few things you might do to remember that. The mode begins M-O, and it is the most often. The number that comes up the most often. The median means the middle number, and I remember it by saying the D is in the middle. The D is in the middle, D in the middle, median. It also starts it, just the shape of the word looks the same to me there. The mean is where we add up. It's the total divided by the number of pieces of data. That tends to be the hardest one to calculate, so I say mean. It's nasty to work out, particularly if we come to a difficult division. The range is the spread. I like to think that Marks and Spencer's, the amount of socks you have is much wider than if you went into Poundland. So the range is how spread out there are, what choice you have. Okay, all of this here is stuff you need to remember. You can't actually take it with you into the exam, but if you have to copy that or remember that stuff, will be very helpful. We're now going to go back and actually answer the question. So write down the mode. Straight away then, M-O, most often. Which number is coming up the most often? I've got 2 2s, 2 3s, 1 4, a 10, 1 2 3 7s. There we go, just spotted it. There are 3 7s, so the mode is 7. Work out the range of her marks. Now this is the highest number, which is 10, subtract the lowest number, which in this case is 2, so that equals 8. So the range is 8. This can be a bit confusing for students because in science, the range, if they ask to write down the range, the answer in science would have been 2 to 8. In maths that would get no marks at all. Sorry, it would have been 2 to 10. Because the lowest is 2, the highest is 10. You don't get any marks at all for that in the maths exam. So you must do the highest number, subtract the lowest number, work out what it actually is. Okay, the mean mark. Mean and nasty. Got to work it out. There we go. 2 add 3 is 5, 8, 10, 14, 21, 28, 38, 38, 45. So I know the total is 45. Always worth writing out the calculation because you may get a method mark there. I'm hoping there are 9 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. 45 divided by 9 equals 5. And when it comes to calculating the mean, I always just want to think roughly where's the middle of my numbers. Well, 2 to 10, 5 is pretty much in the middle. I'm likely to be right. That's those questions done. 5 marks. I think I'd go in terms of the mark scheme. I'd probably go 1 for that one because it was just a simple write down. 2 for that one because I have to do a calculation there. And then 2 for that one as well. For this question, we would have got 1 mark for writing that out, even if we couldn't do the division. Okay. Questions for you. Press pause and have a go. Welcome back. Let's have a go at these questions then. First of all, let's identify them. We want to find the mode. We want to find the range, and this time the median. So the mode. First of all, the mode is written there for us. The most often. M-O, most often. Which number is coming up the most often? I'm just standing back and having a look here. Well, it's the number 6. It's the only one that occurs twice. Work out the range. Now the range is going to be my highest, subtract my lowest value. So my highest value is 15. My lowest value is 4. So 15 subtract 4 is going to be 9. Oh, that's some bad maths, isn't it? 15 subtract 4 is 11. Find the median. Now, this is finding the middle number. It looks really straightforward, and the number of times I will see students jump into this, they think the middle number of the line, 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back, it's 4, and write down 4. That will actually score you 0 marks, because you must place them to find the median. They must be in ascending order. I'll just undo all of those working I've done, something you won't be able to do in the exam, and restart it again. Okay, so I'm now going to copy out the numbers again, but in order. So 4 is my lowest. Next one, 6. Another 6. 8. 9. 12. 15. And now I can do my crossing off. 1 from the front, 1 from the back, from the front, from the back, from the front, from the back, 8. Median would be 8. Okay. Another one for you. Sorry, press pause. Okay, welcome back. Reading the question. Here are the weights in kilograms. We may need that later on, of 7 people. 7's helpful. Work out the range. Now the range is going to be the highest, subtract the lowest, H minus L. So in this case, looking at that data there quickly, the highest value I've got is 87. Yes, I'm sure of that. I always double check. The lowest value I have there is 45. So it's 87 minus 45. 42. The range is 42. Work out the mean weight. Now the mean, often the nasty, and this is, I think this will probably be on the calculator paper. So I now need to add up all of these numbers and divide by how many there are. Now it said there were 7 in the question. I'm just going to check they haven't made a misprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm now going to go away and add up these numbers. 57 plus 87 plus 49 plus 49 plus 72 plus 45 plus 75. Now I've typed all that into my calculator and it's written them down as on my display, added up just like that. Now if I were to press divide by 7 now on my calculator, I would be incorrect because it would be adding up all of these numbers, finding what that is, and then adding on about 10, because 75 divided by 7 is about 10. I need all of these numbers to be added up and then divided by 7. So I must press equals on my calculator at this point to work out the total. And what I say to students is always write down the total, 4, 3, 4. And now I can't make that mistake. So 4, 3, 4, now divide that by the 7, equals 62. And it was kilograms. And now a simple mental check really. Does 62 seem like a reasonable number? Well, I've got everything from 45 up to 87. 62 is around about in the middle of that gap, so I think I'm probably right. I'm happy with that as my answer. 62 kilograms. There we go. Okay, another question for you. Press pause. Welcome back. First of all, we've got our list of numbers here. Let's also find the mode, which is the most often. I'll get the right pen now. Most often. In a minute we're going to find the median and then the range. So, mode, the most often. Which number is coming up the most often? I have got a 2 3s. Right, straight away I can see that I've got 3 8s, so the answer is 8. Really quite simple that. Now the median, I'm going to write them out in order. We talked about this previously. 1, 3, 3, 4, 7, 8, 8, 8, and 11. Just a bit of check-in. 9 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Check, I've got 9 datas recorded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Now I can do my cancelling off. 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back. And we ended up with 7. So the median is 7. In all the examples we've done so far, we've actually had an odd number, which means there is a middle. If you have an even number, and you wouldn't end up with 2 to cross off, you find the average, or the mean, or the midpoint between the two numbers you have. Okay, work out the range. Again, this is going to be the highest, subtract the lowest. Now, because I've already worked out the median, it's very quick to do. It's going to be 11, subtract 2, which equals 9. Hope that question was fairly straightforward. Okay, final question. You have a go, press pause. Welcome back. So, lengths in minutes of 10, and then we've got this lovely long list of numbers. Almost certainly going to be finding the mean, mode, median, etc. And it is. We've got the mode to find, we've got the range to find, and we've got the mean to find. So starting with the mode, it is the MO, most often. So which number is coming up the most often there? I always find it's a little bit harder when it's double figures rather than single ones. 90 is the lowest, 191, another 92, 1, 2, 3 93s, so it's looking like 93 at the minute, and 95. I'm going to go with 93. Okay, the range is the highest, subtract the lowest. So the highest number here, 98 is my highest at the moment. I've got a 99. 99, subtract, look for my lowest. 91 is my lowest. 90 is now my lowest. There are none in the 80s, so it's 90. And now for the mean. Now I need to go through and add all of these numbers up together. we shall go and do it quickly. We have 95 plus 91 plus 98 plus 93 plus 93 plus 90 plus 92 plus 99 plus 97 plus 93. Now, I'm doing it on the calculator, so I'm doing it just as the students would. I mustn't now do divide by 10. I must press equals first to get the total, and I write that total down. So it's 941. I'm going to divide that by 10, and that should equal 94.1. I've not actually checked this yet. I might do it again, but looking at that data, I'm going from 90 up to 99. 94.1 is roughly in the middle, so I'm fairly happy that that's likely to be a correct answer. If it's not, I will, however, have picked up at least 1 mark for showing my method there. Hope that's been helpful to you. Go away, have a rest, and then get ready to watch another back of the net video.